adventuresome.org.
All right, let's see how this is going.
Hello.
You guys hear anything? I can't hear myself.
I can't hear anything.
Check. I usually can hear myself. Check. Okay, I can hear myself a little bit.
I think I can hear you. I don't know if I can hear.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh no, hold on. Yeah, it's live. It's happening. How's this? I can't. Wait a minute. Oh, that's why.
You got.
I didn't have
there I am.
I didn't have
Whoa.
your mic on.
Hello.
Woo.
And you're okay. Number 4 is working now. No more robot voice for number 4.
Ooh.
Whoa.
I kind of
Yeah,
miss the robot voice. The robot voice is a lot of fun.
it was useful. It was a useful tool. Yeah, this mic was broken for a while. I feel like I'm still low. Turn this up. Turn this thing up.
Yeah, now I think it's good.
Now
Radio
it's good?
Free Brooklyn, we don't do sound checks.
No.
Radio Paid Brooklyn,
Oh,
we do
shit.
sound checks.
Yeah, we
okay?
sound check right away. If it's paid, we sound checking before. If it's not paid, we might sound check like
It's-
7 minutes in.
That's right.
Um,
Joy.
yes. All right, here we are, Brooklyn. This is No Suggestion. I'm Ralph Jean Pierre. Got co-host Jake Joseph in the building.
Hello.
All right, right now we're live on deck with one of New York's best improvisers,
Woo.
Katy Berry.
What's up?
Oh man.
Oh my God, thank you, everybody.
I feel like I think we met for the first time like a month ago at BCC. Was that our first time meeting, or had we met before then?
I think we had crossed paths a couple times. Maybe once or twice I had met you, and then we talked at the last Baby Wants Candy show, I think.
Okay, I was seeing a show in the basement, and then you guys were doing a show upstairs. I was
Yeah.
seeing some kind of clown cabaret
Yeah.
in the basement.
With Jasa, I think, or Riley. I don't know.
Yeah. Riley
Stanzione.
Oh no, I don't know who
Oh.
that is. There's a lot of names.
It's been the summer of clown. I mean, it's not summer anymore, but when I went to Fringe this summer, it was like everyone was like, I gotta see clown. I'm doing clown. I'm doing
Oh,
clown.
very
Clown
interesting.
is hot right now.
Clown is hot right
and
now.
clowns are hot in general.
Yes, yeah.
I've only
Clown is-
taken one clown class. I feel like now I need to do more.
Wow.
The peer pressure is working.
Wow, it's a tipping point right now.
I wonder how many people get into clowning through peer pressure. That feels like that's like a oxymoron type statement, if that makes sense.
Axel,
Mm.
if you don't get your ass into that clown class, okay, put on the goddamn red nose and start blowing up some balloon animals, then you are not getting any of this at prom.
Francesca, I am an actor, a true thespian. Okay, I'm going to my scene study class. I have my cup of espresso and my thermos of broth.
Baby,
A true artist.
do you think I don't mess with scrubs? Actors never make it. Clowns are where the money is, honey.
All
Friend,
right, guys, you got 5 minutes. Okay.
I have 5 minutes before I have to go into my scene study
Fuck
workshop.
acting.
I am a true thespian. I'm wearing a tweed jacket.
Do you love me?
I do, Francesca. You are my lover.
Do you see a future with me?
We are, yes, a very bohemian future of art and intellectualism. Please.
Then how do you plan to give me the future that I love
Don't-
and deserve if you're not going to take clowning seriously?
Oh, the people are looking at us, Francesca. Please.
Yes, because they know actors don't. You need to clown.
Stop putting that makeup on in this lobby.
Honk, honk.
Don't. I am a true. We're working on a scene from Strindberg.
Okay.
Please.
Well, whatever you're doing, you have 3 minutes and 48 seconds left.
Francesca, I have to go into class. I don't want to lose you. I don't want to lose you to clown.
Oh, you are going to lose. You know what? Actually, you just lost me.
Oh no,
You just lost me.
Francesca, don't. Oh, where did this banana peel come from? I've fallen. My thermos.
You would have been so damn good.
Francesca, please.
She gets into her tiny car with
No.
20 other people.
There's so many people fit in that car. Scene. Fantastic.
We did
Good.
it. We did an
Yeah.
improv.
We did it.
It's not often that the guest initiates the first scene. You nailed it.
How can you not when I was like, we're talking about clowns? This is
Yeah.
not a real
Yeah.
thing.
clown. It's the summer of clown. Clown is so hot right now.
Hot clown is
Like
so
hand soap.
hot.
Yeah. I mean, what I was gonna say is I feel like this was probably how improv spread. You know what I mean? Like there was some moment in New York, probably. What year would that have been? I feel like
91.
Yeah, I feel like improv. The hottest I saw improv get was probably around the 10s, 2010, 11, 12. I think that's when it was like everybody was like, "Are you in improv? You're taking improv class? Where you? You know what I mean?"
What do
I
you
think
think? Oh, sorry. Go on.
It's probably because that was when the previous generation of improvisers started getting on
SNL.
things. Yeah,
Right.
like they were like when what is it, Ben Schwartz and who else? Like that, like Jason Mantzoukas, like all those people that were improvisers
Donald
here in the
Glover,
very
Broad
early
City.
the aughts.
Yeah.
Then got stuff, and then I think everybody's like, oh, we got to do improv because that's where these people came from.
Yeah. It started to finally trickle, and I feel like in the writing industry, they always used to look for stand-up comics, but now they're very much like they're interested in the improv stuff, which I'm like, thank God, improvisers are getting more clout as writers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like I'm constantly aware of this silent war between improvisers and stand-ups. And stand-ups have so much real estate, which I'm sure they fight hard for, but like they have so much real estate in terms of marketing themselves and showing the audience who they are, and in terms of like things like I feel like their skill set is it's more easy to understand how you can apply their skill set to like jobs and writing, like you're saying. But improv, I feel like we have more work to do in terms of making that translation.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is, I think stand-ups can hone their craft and have a set that they perfect over time, and improvisers, it's really hard to get consistently excellent. Like, and that's all my friends who are doing like Schitt's Probe is a great show. You should see it.
Shout out Adrian Pillerin.
Shout out Adrian Pillerin.
Yeah.
But their whole dream is to like have Broadway caliber performances that are on the spot, and to get investors interested in that, you need to be like, no, we can do this night after night after night. And Broadway is all about consistency. Like they pride themselves in like every single night is the same, which is the antithesis of improv. And so it's like, I think it's harder just from a business standpoint for like those live shows to go anywhere. But as far as the writing that comes out of improvisers, I always find has just this special sauce. Like you can tell when something's written by an improviser because it's got life in it, that because we trust our instincts, and we're not overthinking or overworking jokes. I think we are really good with dialogue, and like I don't know. I just feel like improvisers' writing is snappier.
Yeah. Yep.
I think I mostly recognize improvisers as writers in the show. I guess mostly because I like listen to watch comedy, is when they start making fun of improv within the show. Like New Girl, I had a great line where she like walks in on Nick doing something embarrassing, and I don't think I'll ever forget this line, which is, "Wow, I've never been more actively embarrassed watching someone do something outside of improv."
Yeah, and
I was
BoJack
like,
Horseman had it.
Yeah, one of my favorite television shows is Lucifer on Netflix, and that's definitely written by improvisers, because in the second season, one of the characters does improv, and every other character ruthlessly mocks them for it.
Yeah, we're self-deprecating.
Yeah.
But I also think it's good that we're self-aware. Like we know how bad at improv can be. Like it's often pretty bad. You know what I mean? So you have to, I don't know. That's how I introduce myself. People are like, what kind of comedy you do? And it's hard not being like, stand up. And I have to be like, I'm a mostly musical improv, but I swear it's not shitty. Like,
yeah.
No, I totally feel that too. When people are like, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, improv. And they're like, what is that? And I'm like, oh, I don't even know how to explain it very well.
Oh, did people still ask you to tell jokes?
Yeah, of course.
I hate it.
Yeah, or do an improv for me. Yeah, like
what?
Yeah.
Nobody's ever asked me that before.
Never?
No.
Oh, you're a comedian? Tell me your best joke.
Oh. I think I get around it by just not seeming funny immediately. So they're just like, "Oh yeah, this good luck with that." That's super interesting. So okay, here's a question I have for you. Do you consider yourself in terms of career and a broad scope, are you an ambitious person?
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Ooh.
Where does that come from? What's that about? What are you after?
Ooh. Okay. Yes, I'm very ambitious.
We should tell people that one of your claims to fame is you teach musical improv at BCC and probably other places. You said also.
Yeah, I teach screenwriting at the New York Film Academy. I teach musical improv at the Brooklyn Comedy Collective. I've been doing improv. I think I started in 2012. So it's been 11 years. And I mean, this is a lot of this I'm about to say is in my one woman show. So
talk about it.
No, but when I was young, I really wanted to be Molly Shannon. I wanted to be a comedian. The first comedy sketch I wrote, I was in second grade, and I won first prize at the Library Talent Show for doing a parody of the Psychic Friends Network. But there was that whole thing of like other people can make it, but you can't. Like you're not pretty enough, or you're not this or that or the other thing. Like it just felt like the arts in general felt frivolous and wasteful and for some other mystical pony person that I would never know. And so I went through college, I went for writing and I tried to get into publishing and just I moved across the country for a man. We bought a house. So he had a daughter. It was this whole thing. I mean, and I found myself completely like dying inside. And it was only until I had done everything that everyone else had told me to do that I realized how miserable I was. And then I was like, okay, I've done everything everyone told me would be happy and appropriate and adult. And I hate this, like with every fiber of my being.
Tabitha, I thought you were making a meatloaf. That's what I expected when I came home from the trucking company, was a loaf of meat baked and hot, ready in this kitchen.
But the only thing you're finding are my loafers, my tap loafers, because I'm done loafing around with you.
Tabitha, we talked about this. You are not dancing, particularly tap dancing. That's for the sparkly folks, okay? Don't you? It sounds like you're more like a clogging than a tapping, if I'm real honest.
Clogging, tapping, skiddly doos, windmills, box steps, grapevines. I'll do all of it. I am getting out of this house.
You are not authorized to do any squiddly doos in this house. Don't you squiddle, don't you do.
Oh, you just watch me, Reginald.
I need meatloaf, Tabitha, on this table.
You know what I need? I need a warm breeze.
Where's that spotlight
from
coming
my
from?
hair.
That's you, Kyle. Why are you
dream.
running a spotlight in my
Thank
house?
you, Kyle.
I really need the $5. This is the first gig that I showed up on Fiverr.
I need some hope. I need a dream. The lights of Broadway are waiting for me.
Kyle, how dare you release dry ice in my house?
Yeah. Also, while we're at it, can you take the hat off? It's causing a shadow. I know this is your own house, but I'm going to tell you to take your hat off.
I'm in my light. Tabitha, shit, hit the snow.
All right.
I'm in the snow.
There's a light behind you that has your own name on it.
And I know finally which way I've got to go. I'm leaving Illinois.
All right, kids, this is your cue.
Oh my God, they're all carrying little meatloafs.
Yes, they're props. They're prop meatloaves.
They're not even real meatloafs. You didn't even...
It's prop work, Reginald. You wouldn't know. It's an art form unto itself.
Damn it, Tabitha. This is the greatest show I've ever seen in Milwaukee.
Oh, here comes the birds.
Milwaukee, Illinois.
Doves! Doves! Scene. Okay.
I totally forgot we were doing improv.
Ah, beautiful.
My goodness.
Yeah. Okay. So you had this whole other past life, which is such a crazy thing about growing up, is you can have so many lives.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to talk more about that. But so you had that life and you felt yourself dying inside. Okay.
Dying inside. And then I said, okay, I know what I'm going to do. And now I'm going to do it. It was almost like I needed proof. Like, I don't know. I finally got the green light to trust my instincts and be like, I know what I've wanted to do since I was 5 years old. And then I went so hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like I went home. I booked a one-way ticket from California. I left. I signed over my half of the house. I started taking classes. I told my family I'm going to write for TV and film, and I don't care if it takes 20 years. I don't care if I never make it. I don't care if I'm poor. It makes me happy, and I'm doing it, period, done. And then from there on, once I was like, okay, I can do this, like everything started popping off. It was like the universe was like, thank you, we've been waiting.
Wow.
Hello.
Wow.
Would you consider that manifesting?
Yeah. No, yeah, no, yeah.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, I manifested my own. I would say, you know what I would say? I think that, I think manifesting is knowing that you're part of the universe. We're all threads in the universe, and the universe wants us all to be our best selves because we are one. And so as soon as you let yourself be your best self and trust your like most divine instincts, then yes, you will manifest excellent things for yourself. I think. This is so woo-woo.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if it's not necessarily woo-woo, but like if you don't try, you'll never do it. So like, yeah. So I think that's like, I think in some ways like manifesting is like often just like giving yourself permission to do what you want to do.
I know, guys, I know this is very woo-woo, but I feel like if I really just believe and concentrate hard enough, I will get a 97% on this test.
Wait, you said woo-woo? Are the cops coming? Who called the cops?
Woo-woo, like
man.
it's like a siren or an alert,
shit,
but it's
there's a siren?
It's a siren and an alert for the spiritual world.
All right,
You're
guys,
so paranoid.
I got warrants, and whoever ratted me out to the cops, I need you to just
I need you to manifest your freedom.
Yeah.
Manifest your innocence.
Yeah,
Guys.
I've been doing that, and they call that avoiding arrest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Middle school is awesome.
Y'all, the bong's kicked.
Whoa. Nice. I want to hit that bong, but first that's a go-gurt. I'm having a go-gurt. Then I'm going to have some of that bong. Guys, I think we're figuring it out, okay?
No.
You're on the run from the law. You're a pothead, and I might be delusional. But if we...
I'm just putting the vacuum hose to my hand because I like the suction sound on feeling.
Guys, we have got it. I think we're look at us learning and figuring things out.
It. Bro, I know that you like really need to pass your test tomorrow or you're not going to graduate, but like I feel like there's something magic in the air and it's not just all this dense Kush smoke.
Yeah, it's not just this handheld vacuum. It's
Yeah.
not these 7 boxes of Go-Gurt. These are really heavy, by the way.
They're so warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they still good warm? Give me one of them Go-Gurts.
Do you
got
know
him
that
today.
Go-Gurt is just yogurt?
Go-Gurt is just yogurt?
Go-Gurt is just yogurt.
On the go.
Yeah, but maybe it's more than yogurt, and that's what I'm manifesting. This is brain nutrients. That's why.
Oh, bro, it's glowing.
Oh,
Here's
shit.
to a
That sounded like the
97%. Yeah. Oh my God, they're outside.
Oh God, the woo! You did the woo manifested the cops.
Listen, guys,
Shit.
if we're going down, I'll tell you what, we're going down with a 97%. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm talking about?
magic.
Yeah. All right, I'm getting out the back.
Okay, scene. Fantastic. Okay, so you manifested all this. What was the other thing? All right, wait. There was manifesting, then there was something before that we were going to talk. Was it manifesting?
Oh, as we get older, we have other lives.
So many
With
lives.
multiple lives. Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that was weird. When I started doing comedy, I was only, I was 20. I was in my 20s. And so
Mhm.
people were like, wait, you like owned a house and were like taking care of a child. And like, it was a young age to have already had a complete second life.
Yeah.
And now I'm on my like 4th life.
Wow.
And it's great. Every life is so nuts and you learn so much.
Damn. You know what that reminds me of? Not that I'm this is an avid hobby of mine, but it reminds me of video games.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm on my 4th life. How many lives do you have? You do it's you know what I mean? It's a countdown until you gotta either
Die.
check out of here or put another quarter in. Yeah, probably die.
Yeah, but it also reminds me of all the levels because I'm like, every life is like so, it has such its like own distinct flavor.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Do you feel like the every level gets harder and harder like a video game, or no?
Only if you're doing things wrong.
Mm.
I think my levels have gotten easier and easier.
Mhm.
Not knowing who I am, not honoring who I am, not learning about boundaries and dealing, learning how to communicate better and working on myself. That shit was hard, but now my life is like a lot easier. Except for like, there's regular life shit like people dying and stuff. There's like existentialism. And
Yeah.
that's
Gotcha.
always there.
Yeah. Gosh, that's a really great thought. I'm trying to think about are things easier for me. Certain things are coming easier. But when I was younger and I was struggling more, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think about if that resonates for me personally.
Can I ask how old you are?
I'm 30. I just turned 39.
Ooh, happy birthday!
Ooh.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Happy birthday. And how old are you?
I am 32.
All right. So I'm the little Goldilocks in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
36.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I just turned 39. I'm knocking on knocking on
Knocking on
heaven's
heaven's
door.
door, man. 1 foot in the grave.
Yeah.
Oh,
39.
shit. 1 foot in the grave.
Are you like freaking out? Because when I turned 35, or when I turned 36, I started to really, I was like, I'm close to 40. Like, are you freaking out a little bit?
Well, it's interesting. 38 was the hardest year of my life.
Ooh.
Mm.
And it really had not a lot to do with aging. So I don't know. I don't. Here's what is true. When I was young, coming out of theater school and all this, like my trajectory is very different from yours,
Yeah.
which is I knew who I was and what I was going to do with my life when I was 7.
And you did it.
Yeah.
Because I knew, and then just everyone was like, no. But you knew where your parents, they were like, oh, yeah, follow your dreams. They were cool with it.
Sort of. My parents are, and I'm not saying they weren't that way, but my parents are from Haiti, which is the poorest country in the hemisphere. So it's really not practical to tell your firstborn son, "Hey, go be an artist." You know what I mean? But yet still, I was always like, I need a sketchbook. I need comic books, and so. By the time I was, getting ready to go to college, my parents were like, it's a done deal. You know what I mean?
That's wise of them, at least. They were like, it's who he is.
Yeah. So there's that. So yeah, I didn't get any pushback. I didn't get a lot of pushback from them. And so I kind of followed the same path always. But
do you have immigrant guilt? Like child of immigrant parent guilt?
No, I don't have any of that.
My fiance, his parents are Ghanaian immigrants, and him and his friends who have like immigrant parents talk about the guilt of not like doing everything super good and right because your parents like paved the way for you to be here.
That's a privilege I have. I got really lucky. I don't have any of that. I don't feel any obligation to them or anyone else.
Wow.
Which is yeah, it's lucky. Because I know that that's not the case for other people. How about you, Jake?
Yeah, I would say that there's like, I guess, are you asking about my personal experience, or are you asking about like,
do you carry? I don't know where your parents are from, but do you carry any? I don't know if they're born here.
So I'm a first generation American. Moved here when I was 3. Yeah, I think like I think there was a lot of emphasis put on me as a child to being like, oh, we made all these sacrifices for you to do XYZ, but like, I don't think it was like in some ways, like to me, it always felt like that was just a form of control. Like it was like they had a very specific image of like what they wanted, and then that was just like another carrot or stick to be like, go do that. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I would probably do feel that guilt sometimes, but then I think I have to often like talk myself out of it to be like that. Oh, that's not really my voice in my head. That's like, that's my mom or that's my dad or whatever. Yeah.
Everyone calls you Frankenstein, but I am Frankenstein. You are my monster. I created you. You're bound to me. You must do as I tell you.
I'm just a mirror.
What? Wait, what?
Every
No.
time you look at me, you look at yourself. This second life you gave me is just a desperate attempt to get a second life for yourself.
Stop twirling your mustache. I don't remember even giving you a mustache. Stop.
I gave it to myself.
What? These. I don't know. Who's that at the door? Don't. Townsperson. Don't kill my monster.
I got my pitchforks,
Yeah.
and I got my flaming torch, and I'm coming to get the monster.
Okay.
No,
can't-
you're coming to get yourself.
What?
You shelve that fire in me to illuminate what you do not know, because you cannot stand to see the darkness within yourself.
I'm going to warn you. Is that you, Miss McGillicuddy? Is that you?
Me, but yeah, yes, okay, it's me. It's your history teacher, Miss McGill.
I recognized you. I'm going to
Sorry.
warn you. This monster is very crafty. Don't look into his eyes and don't. It's trying to fill my head with some sort of psychobabble.
2 hours later. You're right. That is what happened when I was a child.
I wish my mother never apologized to me.
Good. Now take your next turn in Baccarat.
Oh, I don't. Oh, do I roll the dice?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, a 2.
Ah,
And
the
my-
lessons that life teaches us.
What are you looking off into the distance, monster? What are you ruminating on?
Oh, if once you have a mustache to twirl, you'll know the answer for yourself.
You look so dashing smoking that hookah.
You can't kill him. You can't. I want to date him.
Miss McGillicuddy, my word.
Mr. Frankenstein.
You're showing so much leg, Miss McGillicuddy. Please.
I've never felt so seen by a man or a monster or anyone.
I can't give you what you want.
Why, he didn't sew on a penis?
Yes. Yes. I also don't have a heartbeat, so I can't really.
Oh, I
Before-
don't mind. I'll honestly take what I can get.
It's-
You know.
Miss McGillicuddy is very desperate.
I'm going to be honest. I've only lived in this body in this existence for quite a little time, and I don't really know what I want.
I don't know if
I shouldn't be taking the first piece of affection that comes my way.
Wait, you just analyzed us and showed us what we want. I'm going to go reconcile with my father, and you don't know what you want?
Yes, because freedom needs freedom in order to build the maturity to have freedom.
Wow, Frankenstein really is a tragedy.
You're so evolved, and yet you can't have what you want because you don't know what you want.
Ah, I've won this game of Baccarat.
I'm going to burn him now.
Okay. See. Beautiful. Wow, existential. Okay. Oh, and so what about your folks? Were they in the earliest part of your life, were they like not supportive of you chasing after whatever it is you wanted to chase? Did they even know? Did you let them know that you had these dreams?
Oh, from a young age, I was like, I'm going to be an actress. I'm going to be an artist. Like, I was very much like, la la. I wrote the school play when I was in high school.
Oh.
I was like all over that. But, you know, even going to school for writing, which I felt like was better than acting, like, I was like, that's, you know, something. And my dad was just like, what a fucking waste of time. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And my mom was just kind of quiet, but then she ended up divorcing him, and she went and got her master's and opened her a mental health and wellness practice, and just basically then she was like, do everything, do whatever you want to do. And
Whoa.
so she came around, and now she's like a really big cheerleader. But
When was that in her, or what point in her life did she turn everything around?
so this is crazy, but at the same time that I left that guy in California, it was like, I can't take it anymore. Here's the house. I'm doing my dreams. At the same time, my mom was like, I'm leaving your father.
Do you think you guys were influencing each other?
Manifesting.
I think I don't know. Yeah. I mean, there's a weird parallel there that I did feel that we were going through it in our very own ways, though.
Yeah.
Because it was so different for both of us. But I do feel like that I was doing what she wished she had done when she was younger.
Mhm.
She was, in her she was in her like late 40s.
Yes, yes.
And my mom had me young. And yeah, she was making that move, but she had already spent 25 years with this man or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was still in my 20s and was doing the same thing she was doing, but young.
Yes.
And like getting ahead of the curve.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
learning her lessons well.
Yeah.
And I think if you have parents that have made some maybe wonky turns in their life, like the best thing you could do is learn their lessons well and be aware of that, which I was. So it was interesting.
Man, that is fascinating. It reminds me of, this is not the same kind of story at all, except for this like parallel. I think about 12 years ago, I did a crazy, I did like a bicycle tour around the United States.
Woo!
And like performing on the streets and stuff. And this was like a very crazy thing I did. It was almost a year of it did of this. And then around that same time, I think during or right after, my mom, who's she's passed now, but is a Haitian immigrant, was always a nurse and like not like a, I don't want to say like a free spirit, but very self-possessed.
Yeah.
But like she always like worked as a nurse, and then at some point I remember like right around that time, around 12 years ago, she was like, I remember going to visit her in Florida, and she was like, yeah, I just got a bunch of I just got all these permits and things, and I'm like changing my house and changing the fences around my house so I can turn my house into a daycare. It was like the one time in her life where I saw her like bet on herself, and like not the one time, because she was also going to college like a lot of my youth, like trying to get her do college courses, but this was like, I'm gonna start a business.
Yeah, because going to a lot of people go to college and it's like that's all they wrote.
This is
all
like,
she wrote,
I'm gonna change the zoning of my house to start a business.
Yes.
And it was about a year, and she was like trying to build a website and all this, and it only lasted about a year, but it was like, that remains like my favorite memory of my mother. Just that year of her being like, no, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I thought that was really, really cool. And she ended up going all the way through with it. And then later she got, not too long after that, she got sick. But I still admire her just for having that year of being like, you know what, I'm going for this. You know?
Gotta, because just like with your mom, like you don't know when you're gonna get sick. You don't know what. My fiance's father just passed away, so that's what we've been dealing with for the last year. And I've never, both of my parents, thank
past
God, are
guest,
still
Frimmy, Adrian Frimpong,
yeah. And so,
condolences to him.
See, someone that close to me losing a parent and being with him through it all. I've just been in that headspace this past month of like, time is just so precious and nothing is guaranteed, and like every move you make counts. And yeah, it's wild. And I think that shit gets crazier as you get older, for sure.
Who can talk of time?
A clock can talk of time.
Don't shut that's Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Sorry.
Fuck is wrong with you? Go on, Mr. Tyson.
The galaxy, the planets, they move according to their own calendars, their own timing. Who can talk of time?
There's like gravitational forces and like math that predicts their movements.
Swear to God, I'm gonna smack you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Shakespeare spoke of the spheres, the swirling entities in the sky that control how we move forward and progress, the rhythm and tempo at which we move.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Shakespeare also talked a lot about incest. I don't know why we're listening to this.
Henry, can I talk to you over here for a second?
Sure.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Tyson.
Okay.
You're embarrassing me in front of Neil deGrasse Tyson.
But is he like high or something? Listen to what he's saying. It's like pseudo-intellectual nonsense.
It makes sense to me. He breaks it down for the layperson. Okay?
But what do you mean? It's like you can easily poke a hole through it.
I found a rock under the front tire of my car this morning.
Again. Oh my gosh, just shut up.
And I went down, I stopped the car, and I went out of the car, and I stooped down, and I picked up the rock. And about 7 cars honked behind me and said, "Hey, man, get out of the way, you're blocking traffic." And that's when I understood time.
That was a really
that is
unnecessary anecdote.
incredible.
I don't.
What are you? How do you not get it?
I mean,
How do you seriously not get it?
I don't understand what that has to do with time. He found a rock in front of his car. That again, there's nothing.
You know what? You think you're too smart for this, but I think you're actually just too dumb.
Geologists have surmised that the tomb of Napoleon is buried in the same exact spot where he was born.
Oh my God.
That's verifiably false because I've seen the tomb of Napoleon. Also,
my
why
God.
would a
Really?
geologist?
You've seen it?
Yeah, it's
Henry?
on the island of Corsica. It's just that like
oh my God.
there's
That's all he talks about. Corsica.
I mean, that's where he went to exile. But like, why would a geologist be studying that instead of an archaeologist or an anthropologist or a historian?
You have a question there in the back?
Yeah.
God, here
I'm
we
Neil
go.
deGrasse Tyson.
Yes, sir. I'm familiar with
Love you, Neil.
who you are, but I
Oh,
really
love
want
you
to ask,
back. Mhm.
who are you?
I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson. I am a scientist. I am a pundit of science and culture, an advocate.
I mean,
as it were,
that was a lot of
culturally.
titles, but who are you?
Well, I'm a male. I'm an American. I'm a son. I'm a father, husband, and
Are you someone that avoids questions?
Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I'm Miss McGillicuddy. I'm looking for my husband, Henry Frankenstein. Is he here?
you guys.
Is he here? Frankenstein!
Oh.
Yeah. Yes. Hello.
Sorry, was he being super introspective? Was he asking you who you are?
He's asking me very difficult questions,
Oh
Miss
my God! I'm
McGillicuddy.
so sorry. That's my Henry.
Well, it's too bad we're out of time for me to answer them. I bid you adieu.
Goodbye, Neil deGrasse
Wait,
Tyson.
I thought he was supposed to be here for the whole. Why is he slinking away?
Oh my God.
Scene.
Fantastic. Oh, I
Good
love that
callback.
Miss McGillicuddy came back.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
you're asking. I was like, he's therapizing again.
Oh, it's
It's
beautiful.
Frankenstein.
I was trying to think about like what kind of question would I ask him to trip him up, and I was just like, I'm just gonna go for the easy.
I thought
Who
it
are
was
you?
Beautiful. I was having fun trying to dance around that. Okay. So wow, what a fascinating story that you and your mom had these parallel adventures. Where are you from originally?
Long Island.
Oh, you're a New Yorker.
I'm a New
Oh,
Yorker.
nice. Wow.
Born and bred, baby.
Born and bred. Wow. I feel like we had a ton. I mean, it makes sense, but we've had a ton of people from Long Island on this show. What's your impression? What's your feeling about Long Island?
Oh, I love Long Island. Long Island has given us Billy Joel. It's given us Mariah Carey.
Mhm.
It's also given us painful.
I had no idea Mariah Carey was from Long
Yeah,
Island.
baby.
Wow.
Yeah, baby. I love Long Island. I think it's a very strange and magical place. You're so close to the city, but I'm from all the way out east where people think they're like Texans. It's like very blue collar farmers, like
Wow.
and fishermen and all that. So I grew up in a very like,
Does Long Island have a lot of farmland?
dude, if you go to the North Fork, I'm from the North Fork. It used to be just like all potato farms. Now it's like wineries and more agriculture. But it's such a weird place. There's horrible people. There's fucking great people. It's just it pains me. It hurts me. It's like I've come to terms with like loving and hating it at the same time. And
Mhm.
I've accepted that that's just part of my identity as a Long Islander. There's a lot of Trumpy, weirdo people.
Mm-hmm,
I mean, fucking Santos is from Long Island. Zeldin's from Long Island. Like,
Wow.
all those,
Mm,
like,
yeah, that's true.
there's like the police force is corrupt. But then, I don't know. It's got its own spirit. There's like good there too, you know? So
Mhm.
I mean, I think I was already like this, but the older I get, the more I want to be from a place where there's like a little bit of strife, a little bit of people disagreeing, like people on far sides, or people are, kind of closer together, but not quite agreeing. I like that, man. I like that. I think it keeps everybody honest
Totally.
and on their toes.
well, also the only people that don't have that, they're like wasps and yuppies, and those people creep me out. They all have like their little cardigan sweaters, and they're just there's something missing there. You there's no flavor.
Mm.
I think it's because all the conflict is where you can't see it.
Oh, that's so true.
Wait,
Like
talk
if you're
more
a
about that.
like if you're a WASP, or if you're like, I don't know, part of high society, like a big part of that act is that like that there is nothing that plagues you, that like you are
everything's fine.
everything's fine, everything's
Yeah.
perfect, everything is like, so like
They're all
You-
traumatized.
yeah, like you
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to see it, like, or probably the fact that they look so perfect is the sign that things are imperfect.
That's so true. But I guess then we like people who wear their garbage out on their
Yeah, I think that's
sleeve.
why Trump got elected, to be honest.
Oh yeah, because they were all like, he's one of us. I'm seen. I'm heard. I
Yeah.
feel smart. I don't have to feel insecure about not reading books.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think that's a real thing because
Oh, yeah.
I get really freaked out. I have, we were talking earlier about my students. I think I have my own trust issues. Like if somebody's too much, like everything's fine, I get nothing's wrong, I get really freaked out because I'm like, I know that can't be true. You know what I mean? And so it's just left to me to sort of fill in those gaps. So yeah, if at the very least, if there's someone who there's outwardly something wrong with them, I can be like, you know, I'm like the DiCaprio meme. I'm like, you know, I see, okay, I see there's something wrong with you. I can trust that at least because I see it. It's not like well hidden and well concealed where like, well, I know there's something, I know there's a scourge that's going to appear somewhere, but I can't see it. So I'm always in. Like,
yeah,
Can I
you're
ask
like hyper vigilant.
What's
Yeah.
so like unnerving about that?
I think it's because I think just the human experience is that everyone is going to struggle and have some pain sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, but it's not it's like a horror movie, right? Where like you're just looking at a placid scene, or like a David Lynch movie, looking at a placid like suburban scene, and it's like picket fences and everything's nice, but underneath there's like a hum that sort of just builds. Attention is just building and accumulating on itself because you're like, something is going on and I cannot see it. So you're just waiting to be scared. You're just waiting for something to jump out at you. And I think that's what it's like when you meet another human being, where it's like they have no problems. You're just like, you can just, they got nothing upsets them. They don't have any issues. In the back of my mind, I'm just, when I'm dealing with them, I'm just like, you know, I'm just waiting for something. They're a serial killer, or they voted for Trump, or, you know what I mean? There's something going on that I don't know about.
That's so fascinating, I guess. I don't know. I guess like I have a very cavalier general disposition, which I do think like rubs people in weird ways. But I
I'm not agreeing. I'm just.
Yeah, no, I understand. And I think like, so I've always been interested as to like why that's so, I guess like challenging, or like it causes so much friction for some people.
You know, I love this. I mean, I think it's why. Well, it's interesting that you have that attitude, but you're also attracted to comedy, because comedy is really, I mean, it's just a bunch of radical truth telling.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just a bunch of people admitting things that regular people, to me, it's a bunch of people admitting things that regular people at Citibank will not admit. You know what I mean? And like, I think that's why people are attracted to it, especially nowadays. It's so, like we were talking about how hot clown is, you know, like comedy, I think in general, like I've been thinking about this for the last like the last year or so, when SNL is relevant, you know, and it comes in and out of relevance in terms of moments in a year or a month, like when it's most relevant really is like when Pete Davidson is hosting, or when, you know, I mean, it's when a comedian is hosting, not an act. We don't really care. Like Timothy Chalamet is hosting, okay, cool. But like if like, you know,
I think
Julia Louis-Dreyfus is hosting, then it's like, whoa.
They're going to say some real shit.
Yes.
And you know they're going to be really funny.
I think this is like kind of like back to the Trump thing and all this stuff. I think like, honestly, I think David Foster Wallace is the one that like was the soothsayer about this.
Talk about it.
Just kind of like that, like over time, I think like Bo Burnham's talked a lot about this too. It's just like we live like just because of social media, because of how interconnected we are, and how that like kind of like causes us to like put up this like inauthentic view of ourselves of like this, like our lives are perfect, our lives are always going in the forward direction, our, you know, we're manifesting, we're achieving the things that we want and everything like that. that I think like we're just like in an authenticity like crisis.
Oh,
and so I think that's
yes.
why comedians like are always on like the forefront of like being, artists of authenticity. And I think that's why it clicks with so many people and like why they crave that so much. And like, especially in like the whole like mental health zeitgeist that we're in now of like, you have to like actually reconcile and grapple with all these things. Like we want to see people that are in the struggle rather than people that have conquered the struggle, if that makes sense.
I think that's so true. We're definitely living in an illusion. Like we're submitted to an illusion. And even when you see like the Google Pixel 8 phones where it's like, you can like change your smile, like they were saying, like I read an article, it's just like your memories like via photo aren't even, you can't even rely on them to represent the moment as it happened anymore because everything's so curated. They're making it easier for you to like snap and curate immediately. So everything looks perfect. It's so bad for our mental health, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. Like I was going to say, oh my gosh, comedy's like, maybe it's getting too big. Maybe it's too TikTokified. But then it's like, no, you're right. Like for every influencer, we need that random TikToker who's like, I eat pickle, like whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know that famous one, I eat pickle.
I eat pickle, yeah, the famous I eat pickle TikTok meme.
Yeah. They gotta love that.
I love our I eat pickle.
Yeah.
They're I feel like that's such a great point of like wait. Oh, I'm losing it. Wait, that's what you just said. You were like
Living in an illusion.
Yes. Oh, about the faces and the filters. I find that that is like very disturbing to me. I don't want to say this with any judgment, but like if I have a friend who's like, I look at a lot of their photos and a lot of the photos have like tons of filters on them. I'm
so
sort of
weird.
Yeah, I'm just sort of like, well, I'm starting to forget what you actually look like, and I also am like, I feel a little deceived. But it's like, I don't want to be judgmental of them because it's something they feel they need. And also they're being creative. You know what I mean? So it's like.
That's what's so sad about it though, is like, you can look at it and be like, man, stop proliferating this fake. But at the same time, you're like, oh, you don't think you're good enough. Mm-hmm. You don't think you're it's like the problem's already too far gone. It's like, you don't think your face as is deserves to be on this platform. And that. I'm like, man, for all feminism has done, I can't believe how little, like how, no matter how much we're like, love yourself and body neutrality and da-da-da. It's like Instagram's hard. Like even I try to curate my feed with all like positive stuff. And even I bought the Skims, and even I got Botox. It fucking wore off now. I need to get some more. But man, it is hard when you don't even feel like your face is like worthy of just like a sea of like bullshit. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's dark.
Hey, step out of the shadows there. You're hiding in the shadows.
I cannot. I don't want you to see my face.
Well, come
look
on.
at me.
Yeah, look at
I'm
us.
an actual monster. I was stitched together by a madman, and then I gave myself a Fu Manchu.
Really?
I'm just a townsperson, but look at me. I'm only 5'3". I'm short. I got a bald spot. I mean, come on, come out of the shadows. Let's go to the fair and get some. Let's go to the country fair. Step out of the shadows.
All right, but only if you promise not to scream.
Wait. Hold on.
Why would we scream?
Yeah, why would we?
I'm just so hideous. I've got a 28-inch waist, size perfectly globe-like, size D breasts. I have an ass that looks like an engineered BBL, but it's real. And I have a little 42-degree angled nose like Kate Middleton.
Are you Barbie? Are you?
Yes.
Okay, I'm a little nervous now. Don't step quite out of the shadows quite yet. Okay, but this is a hideous monster. I'm sorry.
No, it's
sorry,
okay.
Luke.
I've come to grips with what I am.
Got kind of a horn coming out where your eyes should be.
Yep.
It's a lot.
Oh, you should see what's on the inside.
Okay.
Yeah, I can show you because my creator gave me a flap.
Please. Oh, I wish I hadn't seen that. Yes, you said you. Okay, I can't ever
I'll
that.
put it back underneath my cummerbund.
Seemed like there was a raccoon in there.
There is.
All right.
His name is Reginald.
But you warned us not to scream, which now I'm concerned about what you've described a perfect, sort of manufactured lady form, but why would that make us scream? I'm scared for you to come out of the shadows. I don't know if I can keep my promise.
My face. I have a blackhead.
Oh, okay. Well,
That doesn't sound so
yeah,
bad.
it doesn't sound bad at all. Hey.
You don't understand.
Oh my god.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope you're looking at me. I can't really tell where you're looking, but I hope you're looking at me. And just like everybody in this world, we all have things that we don't share. Or we don't have
a row of teeth just coming from the forehead down into the mouth.
Yes. My smile is left for wanting, but
It's
look,
charming.
I was trying to say that, like, we all have things that we don't share, and it's kind of selfish to expect anybody to share that in a way to, like.
My daughter won't look directly at him.
Yeah, that's okay. I've come to. It's her right. She gets the choice to where she looks.
She really tried.
It's and I applaud her for the effort. But like we all have things that we want to share. Like, we don't want to share, and we should be allowed to not share them. And we're all allowed to. And if no one else can see them, or if you can see them, that's up to whoever.
If you don't want to come out of the shadows, that's fine. We wanted to go to the fair with you, and we've become friends, but we only know you from the shadows. We understand you've got a black head. I have bunions and a clubbed foot, and
My knee
blue.
is made out of a catfish.
Yeah.
Do you make your living from photos of your face and body in a grid structure? Do you know what it?
I work at the grain mill.
Oh,
I'm a monster. I can't find employment.
so you don't understand what I'm going through.
No. We understand that you're an influencer in these medieval times, but we'd just like you. We'd just like to go to the country fair with you.
Yeah. Hey, whatever you are,
Fine,
you can just hang out.
cloak me.
Just hang out.
Put me in a cloak.
Sure.
Do not let the man with the daguerreotype machine come near me. No photographs, tin or otherwise.
All right, you can use my cloak. It's a warm day. All right, don't hiss. That scares me.
All right. Anybody for a game of Baccarat? Scene.
Beautiful. Oh, okay. Damn, this flew by. All right. Let's see. Let's talk about what things you got going on. What are you working on these days, Katy Berry?
What am I not working on?
Oh, no.
Okay. December 16th at, oh God, is it 8 or 8:30? 8:30 at the Brooklyn Comedy Collective at Eris Evolution in Williamsburg. Me and Adrian, aka Frimmy,
Yeah, shout out for me.
we're putting up a show. Adrian and Katie's 1976 Holiday Variety Spectacular.
Nice.
It's a parody of old variety shows that they used to have, like in the 60s and 70s. Maybe like
Yeah.
Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra in their living room,
Yeah.
getting
Sonny
totally
and Cher.
hammered.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sunny and Cher and all that. So it's really crazy. It's alt comedy, wackadoodle, nutso. So come see that this Saturday, December 9th. I will be in Baby Wants Candy, also at Brooklyn Comedy Collective.
Do you guys perform there monthly or regularly?
I think it's monthly. It's been kind of irregular, but I think we're shooting for monthly.
Tell us about Baby Wants Candy. I know they're a very well respected New York improv team. Tell us about that.
Baby Wants Candy has been around since I think they've been around since the 90s. And they have a lot of well-known alumnus.
Mhm.
And it's a musical improv show. We have a full band, and we get a suggestion of a title that does not exist, and the audience gives us that title, and then we do a full improvised musical off the cuff. It's a great time. We also have a show that we do called Shamilton, which is an improvised Hamilton. So you give us a suggestion of a historical icon or a celebrity, and we'll do a show about them, which is really fun.
Is Raquel in that show?
Yeah.
Raquel Palm is also past no suggestion guest. Shout out.
Absolutely
Also,
love
shout out to
Raquel.
her dad, Daryl.
Yeah, shout out Daryl. I'm trying to get him on the show.
Working at the Blue Note right now.
Yeah, he's got a damn job. He can't
Yeah.
do the show. Son of a gun. Hey, let's read. I'm going to read this. Hey, Given Tuesday is a global generosity movement unleashing the power of people and organizations to transform their communities and the world. Radio Free Brooklyn relies primarily on donations and support from listeners like you. So this year, we've decided to extend that spirit of giving throughout the whole month of December. Please show your support by pledging whatever you can. Every dollar helps, and all contributions are tax deductible to the fullest extent of the law. Go to radiofreebrooklyn.org/donate today and give in to the power of giving. Thank you. Hey, and guess what? You're listening to Radio Free Brooklyn, independent listener supported radio. You're listening to No Suggestion, and Radio Free Brooklyn loves you. Hey, read this second paragraph.
Doing great. RFB donations. Radio Free Brooklyn's mission is to provide a free and open platform to our community and promote media literacy, education, free expression, and public art. We rely primarily on donations from listeners like you. Every dollar helps us stay on the air and allows us to continue our work in the community. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, so all contributions are tax deductible. Please support with a monthly pledge or one-time donation at radiofreebrooklyn.org/donate.
Yeah, let Jake read some of that. Woo.
This is fun. I've always wanted to read podcasts.
Yeah.
If you'd like to listen to Radio Free Brooklyn when you're not in front of your computer, please download our free mobile app for iPhone and Android, available in the App Store for iPhone and Google Play Store for Android. Please be sure to subscribe to our monthly newsletter for the latest news and new programming in our upcoming Radio Free Brooklyn events. You can sign up at radiofreebrooklyn.org/newsletter.
Right, beautiful. Woo. All right, we did it. We did read some copy.
Wait, I think there's one more.
Oh, there's one more?
The bottom paragraph?
Yeah, you do it.
Oh, I did the bottom paragraph.
Oh,
you did
it?
Yeah,
we did it. We did it all.
Okay.
Hey, there it is.
Okay,
Yeah,
there you go.
I went
That's
extra.
my
I went
obligation.
extra and just could
Oh, good,
finish
good,
the
good,
page.
good, good, good,
Yeah.
Freaking went through it. Okay, cool. Well, what is hey, we're at the end of 2023. What's your ambition for 2024?
I have a movie that's being produced, but we're trying to get that off the ground. I have another one. I'm a screenwriter, so I'm always trying to just make that damn cash money
Mhm.
and do that. So that's where my focus is, and just doing other live shows and bopping around.
Who's your screenwriting hero, and why is it Neil deGrasse Tyson? Who's your screenwriting hero?
The Duplass brothers, Mark Duplass.
Wow.
I love the Duplass
They
brothers.
call that the Mumblecore?
Yeah, Mumblecore, and I love Charlie Kaufman.
I share a birthday with Charlie Kaufman.
Do you?
Yeah.
I sensitive genius.
Oh, well, yeah.
What did the Dumas brothers write?
The Duplass brothers.
Dumas brothers.
Dumas, didn't he write fucking Kind of Monte Cristo?
Yeah.
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 Duplass.
They did the puffy pink chair. Oh God, now you're putting me. The one I love. They have a bunch. They're very mumblecore. It's like indie DIY, like pick her up by your bootstraps,
Mhm.
like charming, quirky slice of life movies.
Wasn't one of them an Oppenheimer?
Probably. Mark Duplass is all over the place. Jay Duplass was in Transamerica. Why the hell am I talking about them? They're already rich and famous.
Talk about you, yeah.
Talk about me.
So you got a movie.
KatyBerryComedy.com. I just came back from Fringe with Diamond Goddess Crystal Pussy, which is my one-woman show. It's amazing.
Oh, is it going up next year anywhere in New York
I'm
City?
going to take it to LA. I haven't planned the trip yet, but I'm going to take it to the Lyric Hyperion.
Ooh.
And she's just doing her thing. What else?
She ready?
Yeah.
She ready, honey.
She's
All right.
manifesting.
I'm manifesting my little puss off.
Hey. Okay, so Katy Berry, tell people where to find you.
Katy Berry Comedy on Instagram and all platforms.
Yes.
KatyBerryComedy.com. And come see my shows and give me a little kiss on the hand.
Ooh.
Yes, like a very dapper, debonair person. How about Jake
Yes.
Joseph? Where can people find you?
Oh, you can find me at Foolish Boy on Instagram, but the O's are zeros. I know it's complicated. I probably should change it. And I host a jam at the Pit every Wednesday night. You can also check me out there. And just meandering about the town.
Okay, and you can find me at precioussgorgeous.com. That's where a lot of my comedy and my music also is. Also, you can find me in St. Louis rolling on dubs. Daps, did anybody know this? All right. All right, here we go. This is No Suggestion. We love you. Good night.
Bye.